Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another Sunday meal prep. Super excited that you are joining me again today for another meal prep Sunday. This is one of my favorite videos to film and to do because it sets me up for success for the week. If you are new here, my name is Jennifer. I am 47 years old. I've been doing WW for a little over 2 years now, and my husband and I choose 2 meals each week. We make 6 servings of each. We eat that Sunday night through Friday night, and we change it up. We don't get bored with it. We look forward to picking out our new meals each week. So anyway, if that is something that you are interested in, please go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below and that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. Also, follow me over on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram handle for you here on the screen as well. And then also I have a really great Facebook group that I co-admin with Roy from Recipes with Roy and Bree from Balancing Life with Bree. And this is the icon to that group. It is called Finding Our Way, and there is a direct link down in the description box to that group. So with all of that being said, let's get into today's menu. Okay, and so for today's menu, we are going to try one new meal, and then of course we are going to have a repeat meal. So I'm going to make my chicken enchiladas because I had some of the little cream cheese wedges that I need to use up. I forget what those are called off the top of my head, but I wanted to use those before they go bad. So we are making chicken enchiladas. I'm basically going to make 6 for myself, 6 for Charlie, and then we will each have 2 per serving each night. I'm not going to make any sides or anything to go with that. Those are extremely filling because I do really fill the enchiladas up with the chicken mixture and everything. It is delicious. Highly recommend that. For the second meal, somebody commented on my last week's video and left me 3 different recipes on there, and I decided to try one of them instead of just doing like my typical taco soup or something. So this is an easy crock pot cream cheese chicken chili, and I'm gonna try it out. It's similar to taco soup, kind of looking at it, but it also has ranch seasoning in it, Philadelphia cream cheese, so we are gonna see how we like it. I don't really know the points calculation. One thing I love about taco soup is it is very low in points. Mine comes out to 1 serving per point, but I don't know what this comes out to. I am still gonna go ahead and pair it with my corn muffins just like usual, but I'm sure this will be more points just because of the cream cheese than the taco soup typically is. I am using the light Philadelphia cream cheese, but still I expect it to be more. And then for dessert today, I'm probably gonna make, so I'm divided on whether or not I want to make a cheesecake or make my chocolate cookies. We'll just see what we're feeling whenever we get to it later. I'll talk to Charlie and see if he's in the mood for cheesecake. If not, then we will just make our peanut butter chocolate protein cookies. Of course, I do always prep my fruit normally for the week, but today I am not going to plate it up like normal because I'm doing salads for my lunches. So whenever I do that, I just use red seedless grapes to put on my salads. I do not eat fruit bowls along with that. It's just too much food. So I did get 1 pineapple and 1 cantaloupe to cut up because I will only have the salads 3 or 4 days this week. And then for the rest of the week, I'll probably do my pizzas and stuff like that, and we'll want to make fruit bowls. So I'm just going to make them up as I need them. So whenever you see Charlie's prep today, he's just going to be putting the cantaloupe and the pineapple in a plastic container, and that's just the way that I'm going to store it. Of course, I will show all of that here in just a second. And then, yeah, I guess that's it. So let's just get right into the video. Okay, guys, I'm getting ready to put the chicken breast in the crock pot that I'm going to use for the chicken enchiladas. I'm just going to use this Frontera cilantro jalapeno salsa and salt and pepper. So I already have the 3 chicken breasts in there, and I'm just going to salt and pepper them and then just put the salsa on there and let them cook. It'll probably take about 4 hours, and I haven't gotten in the shower or anything yet, so by the time that I do that, eat my lunch, get my laundry going, it could potentially be 4 hours from now. So I need to get these ready so that I can actually put the enchiladas together and get those in the oven. So there, we put salt and pepper on, and we are just going to put the whole jar of salsa on there, which this salsa really gives the chicken a really good flavor. And if you wanted to skip this step, you could always use, a rotisserie chicken or something, but I find that it tastes better. It's worth it just to go ahead and cook my own chicken. So that's all I'm going to do to it. I've already got it on high. We are going to put the lid on it, and then we will be back later, shred it up, and do the enchiladas. All right, guys, we are getting ready to start on our meal prep today. So Charlie's basically going to trim up these chicken breasts. I need a total of, I guess, 9 chicken breasts. I'm going to do 3 for the chicken enchiladas, 3 for the soup, and 3 for my salads for the week. So he's just going to have to pull whatever else I need from the freezer stash that we have. And then we would just use these. I guess this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to have to get out like 4 more from the freezer for me for those. So really, I'm going to have 2 crock pots going. It's going to do a lot of the work today. I really need to put the chicken on for the chicken enchiladas before I get in the shower. I may do that with some of the frozen ones because I need that to cook so that I can actually put those together today. Otherwise, they won't be ready to put together until later tonight. So anyway, so we have our 4 bell peppers for him to dice up. Since I'm taking salads this week, that's why I have the grapes there for my salads. I'm not going to like make up my normal fruit bowls, but I will want fruit later in the week, or especially if I have a pizza. I don't know how many days I will eat salads, 3 or 4 days, but then the other days I will have pizzas or turkey burgers or something, and we'll want fruit to go with it. Nico's up here trying to inspect everything. So Charlie's just going to dice up the 1 pineapple and the cantaloupe and put that in a plastic container. I'm not going to divide it out today. And then I will wash the grapes. I like to take them and pluck them all off, make sure that there's no little stems in them, wash them good in the vinegar and water, and then I will just leave those in a bowl in the refrigerator and just use those on the salads. And then if I need to make a fruit bowl, I'm just going to make it whenever I make my lunch, depending on how work goes and how many salads I end up eating. Because if I do 3 chicken breasts, then I can probably easily do 4 salads, which would be Monday through Thursday, which is the days that I plan to work this week. So anyway, not a whole lot for Charlie to prep today. And really not a whole lot of work for me to do other than getting everything going in the crock pots as soon as I can. So let's roll. Here, Nico, you tell him. Say, let's roll into Charlie's prep now.
You got that something, baby, that I can go without, just like a poison in me. You're all that I'm about, loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I want that something, baby, 'cause I can go without. Mama used to tell me love ain't right if it ain't easy, but I'm in too deep to walk away from you. Papa used to tell me love should never drive you crazy, but I lose my mind if you don't get his suit. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. I'm a sucker for your love, for your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough. You can end it, say it's over, but I'm never going sober. I'm addicted to your love, to your love, your love. I'm never gonna get enough of your love. I want your love, I need your love, 'cause I'm never gonna get enough. Can't say I'm hurting, baby, but I don't feel too good. It's like I'm burning lately when you're not in my blood. Loving the highs, don't mind the lows. It's getting out of my control. I need your loving, baby. It's all I'm thinking of. Mama.
All right, so I am ready to go ahead and put together this cream cheese crockpot chili. So you need, I'm going to basically kind of double the recipe, but not really double it fully. I'm going to use 3 chicken breasts, and I'm just going to season those up with salt and pepper. So I've already got those in the crock pot. And then basically you're going to add in 2 cans of corn. It says not to drain it, so I'm not going to drain that. We're going to add in 2 cans of drained and rinsed black beans. We're going to add in 2 cans of Rotel. I'm going to use 1 can of original, 1 can of fire roasted. Of course, just salt and pepper on the chicken. And then basically it calls for a teaspoon or 2. You know, I'll probably just sprinkle in whatever I think I need of the ground cumin and the chili powder. We're going to use 2 packets of the Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning mix and 2 blocks of the Philadelphia 1/3 less fat cream cheese. So that's what is going in the crock pot, and then we're going to cook it on high, and hopefully it will be ready in time to plate up this evening. It will be just like the taco soup. I'll shred up the chicken, put it back in there, and yeah, hopefully it turns out good. I hope I didn't need chicken broth for this. It doesn't call for any chicken broth, so hopefully with the Philadelphia cream cheese and everything and not rinsing the corn, it will have enough liquid in there. So anyway, we're going to get all these cans open, get our beans drained and rinsed, and then I'm going to throw it all in so that it can get to cooking. Okay, so I am getting ready to start on this. Charlie is going to open my cans and stuff for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is just salt and pepper my chicken. It doesn't really say to do that, but I feel like it's a necessity. So we have it salted and peppered, and then I'm going to add in the corn and the black beans. Let me drain and rinse the beans. I'll be right back. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and go in with the whole kernel corn. I'm going to do 2 cans, and I am not draining or rinsing that. And then we're going to go in with the black beans, which I have drained and rinsed the black beans. I'm going to put those in. And then we're going to go in with the rotel. So I have 2 cans. I'm going to use 1 can of fire roasted. You don't have to if you don't want it spicy. You know how we are. We love it spicy. So I'm always going to usually add in a fire roasted. And then I am just going to do 1 original. And basically it says to top with the seasoning. So I'm going to go in with quite a bit of the ground cumin and the chili powder just to give it flavor. It calls for like a teaspoon. No, it calls for a tablespoon of chili powder. Oh, I need onion powder too. Again, I'm doubling the recipe, so. And then we're just going to go in with some chili powder. Again, it calls for a tablespoon, so we're just going to make sure we put in a good heavy dose of it to where we get about 2 tablespoons or so. And we're just going to do a little bit of onion powder in there. And then we are going to go in with our ranch seasoning packets. I have 2 of those here. And then we are just going to stir everything, and then we're going to place the cream cheese right on top, and then it says to cook for 6 to 8 hours. And then we're going in with both blocks of our cream cheese and putting right on top. So there's 1 and 2. That one kind of got to the side. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so on high it goes, 6 to 8 hours. And let's hope it's yummy. This is probably what we will have for dinner tonight. So we will check in on it here in a bit. Alrighty, everyone. I have my fruit ready, which you already saw Charlie chop up the cantaloupe and the pineapples and even dice up the peppers, which I just put them in this container. I just washed my grapes really well in the vinegar and water, and then I literally just store them in the refrigerator in this bowl like this and just leave it open. I feel like it helps keep them fresher. I don't know why. I feel like if I put them in like a bag or something with a lid on it, then they will start to get soft or whatever. So I feel like this is the best way to store them, in my opinion. So all of this is going in the fridge. I do have lids for these 3 that I'm going to put on there. And like I said, later in the week, whenever I get ready to make up my fruit bowls, or if I just need some at some point, then I will just do it. Because since I'm not sure, I don't want to like make them up ahead of time. But let me put this away, and then we're going to put my chicken on for my salads, because both of my crock pots are being used at the moment, but I think the chicken for the chicken enchiladas is about ready. So I'm going to cook the chicken for my salads on the stove, I think, because I think that'll be quicker since both of my crock pots are being used. So I'm going to get that going, and then we will start working on the chicken enchiladas. Okay, here are my chicken breasts that I'm going to use for my salads this week. I literally just put them in here, salt and pepper on them, and filled it up with water, just enough to cover the chicken breast. I'm going to bring it to a boil and just let it boil for probably about an hour, hour and a half or so. You'll still see it sitting here whenever we are working on the chicken enchiladas, but that's literally it. I am going to put the lid on it just to try to help it get to boiling faster, and I'm going to kind of keep my eye on it because I do not want it to overflow, which is one thing that happened to me before. But since both of my crock pots are being used and I don't want to get the Ninja Foodie out and use it too, we are just going to do this today. So we will be back and check on that, and then once that's done, it's literally just plain chicken. This is great to prep ahead of time if you want to use it for quesadillas, wraps, salads, whatever you want to use it for, and then you can just season it however you want to. So that's one reason I just kind of do salt and pepper and keep it a little bit plain. Alright, we are ready to kind of get the chicken enchilada mixture together. I'm going to put it in this skillet here. These are the 3 chicken breasts. I just pulled these out of the crock pot. I'm going to shred them up, and then we're going to add those along with 4 Laughing Cow cheese wedges, which is all that I have left in there. I'm going to add a can of diced green chilies. I'm going to drain and rinse this can of corn and put in, drain and rinse this can of black beans and put in there, and 1 packet of this enchilada sauce. I will save the other packet for whenever we put them in the wraps and have stuff to pour on top of them once before they go into the oven. And then we have probably about half a cup or so of fresh cilantro here ready to go in. You can leave that out if you don't like cilantro. I try not to overdo it. Charlie likes it okay. He tolerates it, but he's not a huge fan, but I can put a little bit in there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shred up my chicken, get my beans and corn drained and rinsed and ready to go, and then we will get it in the skillet. Basically, we're just going to heat it up until those Laughing Cow cheese wedges melt really good, and then it will be ready to put in the wraps, and we are going to cook it in the oven at 400 degrees. So I definitely need to preheat my oven because I have not done that yet. So we're going to preheat. I'm going to get everything ready and I'll be right back. Alright, we are ready to get started for the chicken enchilada mixture. I'm just going to spray my pan so nothing sticks. I have my chicken breast nice and shredded up here. All the animals are going crazy wanting chicken. They did get a little bite, but that's all that they're getting. So we're going to put our chicken in, and then I have just drained and rinsed the black beans and corn together. I'm going to put all of that in. I'm going to go in with the can of the diced green chilies. I'm going to go ahead and add in my Laughing Cow cheese wedges. You need 4 of them. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go in with 1 pack of the enchilada sauce. Of course, that gets all over me. Nice. Anyway, and then we're just going to squeeze the lime in there. Again, you don't have to do this part, but I do find that it adds a nice hint of flavor. And then I'm just going to give it a good stir and basically just let it cook until all of the cheese is melted, the Laughing Cow cheese wedges, and mixed well, and then we will be ready to assemble the enchiladas. Oh, I forgot the cilantro. You got to add the cilantro in as well. I knew something was missing. Or like I said, leave it out if you don't like it. Isn't that beautiful? All the pretty colors. Okay, so we're just going to let this cook for a few minutes and then we will start assembling. Alright guys, we are ready to get started putting together the enchiladas. I literally just made the biggest mess with this other enchilada packet that you have ever seen. I tried to open it over the sink, it splashed all over the countertop, which I had literally just wiped it all down where I had just made the other mess. So I saved what I could of the enchilada sauce. Judge me if you want, but we scraped her into a little bowl. And then the rest is in this messy little bag. But it literally like exploded. Be very careful whenever you open those packets. I was trying to be careful, but she was just ready to pop open. That other one got all over me. I went in there and cleaned my shirt up. Thank God I just wore a black t-shirt today. But anywho, we are going to put these together. So let me tilt you down. So I have 2 casserole dishes here. I'm going to do 1 for me and 1 for Charlie. So I will have 6 enchiladas and then Charlie will have 6 as well. I'm going to use his wraps for his. And then of course I'm using the Olay Extreme Wellness wraps for mine. I'm basically just going to divide the mixture in half. I have it over here. We're just going to do, well, I need to put a little bit of enchilada sauce in the bottom of each one of these pans. So that's what I use this for. I have to get a little bit out of the packet. I want to have enough to put on top too. That is messy. For my cheese to put on top, I have half a cup of the fat-free mozzarella. I went ahead and weighed it out, 56 grams. And half a cup of the reduced fat Mexican style cheese that I picked up from Kroger. So I've just kind of got that mixed up together here. So that's the cheese that I'm going to use to top mine with. I'm just going to use the rest of this Mexican cheese to top Charlie's with because y'all know he does not count points, so it doesn't matter to him. So let's start assembling. I'm going to take y'all to the other end. Maybe you can see better on this side. So here's my mixture. It's been setting for a minute because I went to the bathroom and had to clean all that enchilada sauce off my shirt. But we're just going to try to divide it in half as best as possible. And this will really fill these up. And I'm just splitting it so that Charlie gets half and I get half. These are really good and filling. That's probably enough. So then I'm just going to wrap it like this and place it seam side down in the pan. Just like that. You can see that. It's hard to film this because it's so long. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, maybe you can see better there. So we've got one done for me. I'm gonna do mine first, and then Charlie will just get the leftovers.
I was yours for the taking. Guess I needed a home, but if I'm not mistaken, you were good on your own. And I know I was drunk enough. Didn't know it would mess me up, yeah. Now I'm truly awakened up. So you wanna talk again, but it's time I do this.
Okay, so there's my 6. Now I'm just gonna switch and do Charlie's.
We hit our expiration date. I want you to feel the weight, feel the hate that I felt when we came to an end. You don't get to call me up, tell me that you need forgiveness. You're the one who called it off, broke my heart in just a minute. No, you don't get to call it love when it wasn't even close. No, it wasn't even close.
Okay, so that got both of them. Let's see here. This one is mine, so I'm going to top it with the cheese. And we're just going to use the rest of this cheese for Charlie's. And then we're going to take our very messy enchilada sauce and pour on top of each of them. And we're going to cover with aluminum foil and put them in the oven for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. So I'm going to grab my aluminum foil and we will get them in there and they will be done in no time. Okay, there they are. I'm going to put them in. These I will actually leave in these containers. I will not replate these. I will just let them cool and put the lids on them, and then we will just each take 2 out each night that we have these for dinner. So there's no going to be like plating up or anything. I will just show them to you once I get them out of the oven. All right, here are the finished chicken enchiladas. Just got them out of the oven. They are looking and smelling delicious. These are mine over here on this side, and this one is Charlie's. I can tell by the way the wraps look, plus by the dish that I put it in. Mine will be the one with the red lid, and Charlie's will have like a turquoise lid, so it will be easy for us to tell them apart each night. But I'm going to just let them cool and stuff before we put them away. And we are going to work on the corn muffins, and then for dessert, let me flip you around. For dessert, we've decided just for me to go ahead and make the chocolate cookies. Charlie's got a ton of candy bars. Let me just show you how many candy bars he has that he needs to eat this week. You can see all these. Look at all these. Baby Ruths, Milky Ways, all this. Packs and packs and packs of them. See that? Tons of candy bars. So he's going to eat candy bars this week. I'm going to have chocolate cookies. So yeah, so we need to make the corn muffins. I've stirred the creamy white chicken chili or whatever it's called. So that's what we got going on there. It actually smells really good. That's just going to set until probably last thing, because it said it needs to cook for 6 to 8 hours. So yeah, I'm going to do a little cleanup, swap out some laundry, and then we will do the corn muffins and the cookies. Alright guys, we're getting ready to make the corn muffins. Unfortunately, I just dropped my favorite little glass tablespoon measuring spoon that I have that's like really pretty. It was like the last one out of a set that I have. I don't know what happened to the other ones that went with it, but I usually always use that glass one. Well, I was holding it in my hand and was going to get my muffin tin out, and it fell in the floor, so it broke into a bunch of pieces, so I'm sad about that. But it's something I picked up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's probably 10 years ago, and I just had that one left. So I was kind of, you know, it was kind of a favorite, but it's gone now. She crashed. She broke. But we are going to make some corn muffins, and I already have my cornmeal in here. I have 1.5 cups of cornmeal. We are going to get my scale. We are going to use basically 1.5 cans of cream style corn, which is about 21 ounces. I do measure this just because the cream style corn does count points. So I just measure 21 ounces. Boom, there we go. 21.05, pretty good. And then I'm going to use my plain little plastic measuring spoon for my egg whites. We're going to go in with 3 tablespoons of egg whites. There's 1, 2, 3. And then I'm just going to mix that up, and I already have my muffin tin over here, and I have sprayed it with the ham baking spray. Okay, I got that mixed well, so we are just going to scoop it into the 12 muffins, and I'm just going to use my little ice cream scoop.
I was just somebody longing for someone to hold me. It could be anybody, but you chose me somehow. Now I'm
okay, there we go. They are ready to go in the oven. I have it preheated to 400 degrees. They're going to cook for about 15 to 16 minutes. All right, here are the corn muffins fresh out of the oven. They are hot, but they are nice and crispy, browned on the bottom. Smelling delicious. Can't wait to try this. And our, I guess, chicken chili that we're making with the cream cheese. I want to call it taco soup, but it's not taco soup. So, anyway, I need to check on that, shred up that chicken, and then that should be ready to plate up soon. All right, we are getting ready to make our peanut butter chocolate protein cookies. I wanted to show y'all. So y'all know I use this Matrix peanut butter cookie protein powder, and I had said last week that that size was out of stock. So I ordered the 5-pound bag. I just wanted to show you the difference in what it looks like, but it's exactly the same thing. I just think maybe they are repackaging. This is the exact same macros, calories, all of that stuff. But yeah, this is a nice 5-pound bag. I did go ahead and order that. It was $50 something, I think. But y'all know I will use it. So I'm not sure if they're gonna like redo the 2-pound tubs or not. I still have a little bit left in there. Well, you can't see in there, but there's still some in. At least to make a few more batches of cookies. Okay, I do want to just sift my dry ingredients. Like I said, I've been doing that, and I feel like it just makes them a little bit smoother. That's just me. You don't have to. I didn't for a long time. So I'm going to do 1 scoop of the Matrix peanut butter cookie protein powder. And then we're going in with 1 scoop of the PE Science Select in the frosted chocolate cupcake. Get my scale. We're going to go in with 10 grams of the Hershey's Special Dark Cocoa. And then we're going to do 5 grams of the Jell-O sugar-free chocolate fudge pudding mix. And then we're going to go in with a nice heaping tablespoon of the Clabber Girl baking powder. And my battery's going to die. I'm going to change my battery. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just sift the dry ingredients. Going to get all over me. Today's my day to make messes, let me tell you. I made a mess of the enchilada sauce. I broke the tablespoon. Now I'm choking on this. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and mix this well. Okay, so that's mixed pretty good. We are going to go ahead and go in with our pumpkin and our egg whites. So this is the remainder of the can from last week. And I usually just do half a can, so this should be like 210, 215 grams or so. Okay, and then we're going to go in with about 150 grams of egg whites. That's 146. We'll see how that is. Okay, I feel like that consistency is okay. It could be a little smoother. We're just going to go in with another little dash of egg whites. Okay, I think that looks good now. It's not too runny, it's not too thick. Now we're going to go in with our Lily's no sugar added dark chocolate baking chips, just 1 serving, which is 14 grams. And we're going to mix those in, and then it will be ready to scoop into the 12 cookies. Okay, so we are ready to spray our baking sheet. And then we're going to scoop them into 12 cookies.
Let's drink up, your death look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby.
Okay, here they are. They are ready to go in the oven. 350 degrees for about 9 to 10 minutes. Alright, here are my chocolate cookies, fresh out of the oven. Well, kind of fresh. They've been sitting for a few minutes, so they have flattened out a little bit. I was in the middle of shredding up my chicken for the soup when the timer went off, so they have sat here for a bit. But they are looking good. Going to let them set for a little while and then put them in the container. All right, we are finally finished with meal prep for the day. It's 6:30 p.m., but it was really a lot of time waiting around on the crock pots to kind of finish everything up today. So over here I do have some fruit prepped. I do not have the individual bowls prepped. Like I said, I am going to be making my chicken salads. Here is my grilled chicken for the chicken salads, and then I will put grapes on those. Otherwise, I will not eat any fruit until I have like pizzas or something like that, and then I will just make up a bowl of pineapple, cantaloupe, and grapes. Have my chocolate cookies back there for dessert this week, looking delicious. Here are our chicken enchiladas. I think these in the front are Charlie's, and then these in the back are mine. Not that much of a difference in them other than the cheese really that I put on top. I kind of mixed mine with some of my non-fat mozzarella, and then Charlie just has the Mexican blend cheese on top of his. And then here is our new meal, the creamy white chicken chili soup. It is smelling delicious. I have not tasted it. I think Charlie tasted it. He plated it up for me while I was swapping out my laundry and said that it tasted good. So this is probably what we will have for dinner tonight. And then we'll each get 2 corn muffins. Y'all know we love those to go with any kind of soup, to be honest. And then over here I have my scrambled eggs and my bacon prepped for the week. So overall, I think I've completed another successful meal prep. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for another Sunday meal prep. I hope that you enjoyed today's prep. It was a pretty easy one. The crock pots kind of did a lot of the work today, so it was kind of a lot of waiting around for me. But overall, I think that we are going to have a great, successful week. Looking forward to eating all of these foods, and especially trying my new white chicken chili soup, whatever that's called. Everything will be listed down in the description box below. If I did not say that earlier, I will have the links to the recipes and or have them typed out, and the links to the recipe in my WW app so that you can import it directly into your app. So again, thank you to everyone that made it all the way to the end, especially to my Jennifer's Gems. I love you guys, and yeah, we will see you all in the next video. I love y'all and have a great week. Mwah.